Apologies for the lack of content this week. Got absolutely slammed with work, but we're here today with this replay from legendary Slade X here. He's going to be taking his Goblin and Squig Horde into Slaanesh, and Slaanesh, we're going very much the opposite of a Horde here. Very tall, monstrous-focused build. We've got a Soul Grinder, we've got a Keeper of Secrets, we've got Dakala, an Lures of Shadows, and some Champions of Slaanesh, yeah, and a single spawn as well. Very interesting army composition for sure. Only 52 unit models. It's definitely an illegal build, but you know, it's a quick battle, so gonna have some fun today. Already we've got some 8-peak loons running in there, having a good time. More fanatics and plenty of squigs as well, of course. 2 colossal squigs, including the Regiment of Renown, couple squig hoppers, plenty of flappa wagons as well. Night Goblin War Boss, of course, on the squig. And let's get it rolling as he is gonna maybe try and avoid this Keeper of Secrets. It's the charge there. In the meantime, front line, yeah, this 8-peak loons, they are unbreakable, but just tying down this entire pack for now. Gonna hit a massive itchy nuisance. Hits literally almost the entire army of Slaanesh, although those units will maneuver away. But the Flappa Wagon's gonna countercharge in one of the most cursed matchups I've seen in quite some time. Yes, just getting in there, absolutely wrecking these the champions. Quad arms can't stand against the might and the flappas. Perhaps, let's see, might go pretty south for them though if terror kicks in. Colossal squigs come in for reinforcements. Soul Grinder of Slaanesh does have anti-large. Will be a decent combatant in this kind of a combat here, but can it stand against the squig might? Fermented fungi, that melee defense debuff component being super critical in this particular engagement. Squig, oh, he's getting a little boxed in by the flappas. That is unfortunate. Still got some good attacks in that time though, but a couple of kind of single entity engagements scattered around here with the support advantage, of course, going to Greenskins. That is one downside of taking a very low model count monstrous build like what Slaanesh has here, is that, yeah, the support is just not there. And so even though you might have better value units, you know, 1v1, obviously, they just are kind of getting overwhelmed by superior unit models. But more itchy nuisance, gonna again catch the Soul Grinder. Yeah, looks like not quite enough range on that to catch the Keeper of Secrets, but it is surrounded by the squigs right now. Gonna see a wall get popped right there. Got some yeah, Spite of the Bad Moon as well. Gives a nice anti-large bonus to the squig hoppers and the flappas. Anti-large flappas, absolutely mega cursed, but can be quite effective in this round on these Slaanesh single entities. Yeah, doing some pretty solid damage there, all things considered. It's not really meant for that kind of an engagement, but War Boss gotta be careful. Yeah, you can see Slade keeping him far away. He pops those abilities, just gonna run back out range, make sure to avoid getting killed in this nasty single entity engagement. Absolutely cannot stand up to the quality of the Slaanesh single entities. But the Colossal Squigs certainly can. They have plenty of HP. They're going to stand valiantly for all of Squig kind. Battle it out. Oh yeah, the Slaanesh Keeper of Secrets is getting absolutely overwhelmed by the stench, no doubt, but also overwhelmed in melee. Mangy Marauders use up all their ammunition, going to charge on in. Dakala, surprisingly, has been somewhat untouched here. Could be potentially dangerous. Still has some champions as well. Locus of Witness being popped there for some extra charge bonus. Charge speed. But another Fermented Fungi goes off. Going to hit that Allures this time. Prevent her from casting any spells. You see, she goes into a rampage. Also kind of draws her away from Dakala a little bit there. See if Slade can capitalize. Steed is going to enable her to be able to come back very, very quickly, especially with that Locus of Swiftness, or chase down basically whatever she wants to. But at the same time, can't get too far away from the little support that she does have. Champions here getting routed, shattered. 2 big demons have also crumbled away. Just Dagala and the Aluras pretty much in this one unit of champions, which is all strung out all over the battlefield. Oh man, that is quite a way to go for that champion of Slaanesh. He probably loved it, to be honest. Absolutely vile. See what the Snake Lady can do, unleashing a flurry of blades, gonna tear away unit models, tear out some of those Snotling pump wagons. Loris also just kind of slithering around, mostly trying to avoid danger for the time being, I would imagine. But see here, Itchy Nuisance get popped once more. Just that nice, consistent, cheap debuff. Full melee attack debuff puts her down to only 34 melee attack, so without that charge bonus, she's definitely going to struggle, even against the lowliest of lowlies, the Night Goblin Shaman, who I believe actually has the cheapest base cost of any character in the game, because he has basically the worst stats of any character in the game. He does have poison, though, which is nice. I don't know. I'd have to fact check that. There might be a couple of human casters that actually have worse stats than him, but yeah, not great. Being said, Pit of Shades still enough to do some damage here, but it looks like army loss is closing in, and that's going to be it. Squig's able to prevail for this most sensual of monstrous builds. Yeah, interesting stuff. Fun stuff for sure. Nice little change of pace. Nothing too tense or super competitive, sweaty in this one. Just a bit of fun. We play games for fun, after all, right? Sometimes. I mean, of course, we play games for other reasons as well. It's fun to compete and it's fun to win, but sometimes it's just fun to have fun, especially when you're having fun and winning at the same time. That's spectacular. Like this build was from Slade, I have to say. Love the Flappas, love the Squigs, love the Goblins. Very thematic as well, I feel. Have this kind of a force together here. But, of course, Night Goblin Warboss, although he has pretty lowly stats as well, just great utility abilities. Likewise for the Night Goblin Shaman. Really quite decent how to use their kit well. And Slade did in this battle. Wow, Morglum's Mangy Marauders also. Very good value with their shooting. They were pretty unopposed there. Again, one of the issues with the build from Slaanesh is didn't have any kind of mobile pressure. Go after horse archers, skirmish cavalry in general. Yeah, some Hellstriders probably would have gone along with out in that. And you know, if you wanted to have a legal number of unit models, you would need to cut one of these probably, and else. Keeper's Secret's probably the one I would cut. Doesn't really do a ton for you. I don't know. Soul Grinder is also not. Despite the fact that it has anti-large, really just kind of struggles at its intended role. It's never been a great anti-large monster, and in general, I mean, anti-large monsters, depending on the matchup, certain matchups are important than others. Greenskins is one where you might need it, and like those two Squigs would maybe warrant kind of monstrous consideration for sure. But Slaanesh now, at least you have like part of Horseman with some anti-large that gives you some anti-large component there, but mainly you're just going to be trying to win like on cycle charging, or you know, yeah, just not with the champions. Basically, I don't know. I would still think Fiends are just most of the time going to be champions. The champions are technically count as monsters. Where are they? And it's been a long day. Down here we go. Yeah, so Fiends are just quite a bit cheaper. They're faster, so they're a little bit easier to like get out of danger if you need to. Don't have nearly the same stats as the champions, but still just really more cost effective. And that extra speed, of course, means based on horse archers. Not that they are super efficient at doing that. You might Hellstriders or something like that, but I don't know. It's an interesting matchup for sure. Green Tide, just because they have so much HP, they have enough sort of different things they can do in their roster that it can be a little bit tricky to game plan to a degree. But for one thing I would look for in Slaanesh is like leadership debuffs. Maybe try and take some overlapping leadership debuffs, big shock units, try and like break units very quickly for the Greenskins and get them off the field. Consider for another day. I have to leave for this particular day, so thank you so much for watching. It's been my pleasure. Yeah, fun very much intended. We'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe if you're not. I always appreciate it.